All right, we're going to do a couple of videos for section 2.4. Hopefully you've practiced 2.3, your Venn diagrams and your set operations, because we're going to add to that a little bit today. And we're going to now do 3 sets. Or hopefully you're comfortable with 2 sets. Now we're going to add a 3rd set in there. So look at example number 1 with me. It gives us the universal set that looks like it contains the elements 1 through 9. It gives us set A, it gives us set B, and now it gives us a 3rd set, set C. And let's perform some set operations. Remember, if there's parentheses, do what's inside the parentheses first, and then apply the outside stuff. Or if there's no parentheses, do each piece separately, and then you can combine them. Here's where it's going to get a little more complicated, so make sure that you're organized and neat, and you write it down step by step. All right, they've taken away our picture. They've given us our 3 sets. Let's go ahead and answer the questions. In part A, I see parentheses first, so I'm going to do inside those parentheses first. I want the intersection of B and C. Remember, that's all the elements that are in B and also in C. Write them down. I got 2, 3, and 6. There's no parentheses on this other piece. I just see A, so I'm going to go ahead and write that down. What are all the elements that are in set A? I listed those out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I can put these 2 sets together and I can find the union of this set and this set. Remember, union means I'm going to bring all of their stuff together. So what elements do I have all together in these 2 sets? I ended up getting the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Remember, repetition and order doesn't matter. It makes it a little nicer to see when you put them in order for me. But technically, if you had those in any order, it would be correct as long as you made sure that you had all of those elements. Look at part B. In part B, I see 2 sets of parentheses. So I'm going to do this parenthesis first, and I'm going to list all the elements that are in the union of A or B. And then I'm going to do this parenthesis, and I'm going to list all the elements that are in the union of A and C. Do that. Pause the video, list me those 2 new sets, and then we'll get back together. For the union of A and B, I got the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. For the union of A and C, I got the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now we can put these 2 new sets together and find their intersection. So what elements are in this set and in this set? I got the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you? All right, make sure that you're careful, make sure that you're organized so you don't miss anything. All right, here's part C. Same numbers, same sets. I just wrote it down again so I can more easily see it. The first thing I noticed, oh man, there's lots of stuff going on here, is I see parentheses. Now I've got to be careful because inside those parentheses, there's some stuff going on. I have B and the union of the complement of C. Woo! That means I want all the elements that are in B. I want all the elements that are not in C, and I want the union of both of those. Because that's so many pieces, off to the side, I'm going to go ahead and do that separately. I'm going to list all the elements that are in B. I'm going to list all the elements that are in the complement of C. That's all the elements that are not in C. And then I'm going to find their union. Remember, putting all of them together. So I actually did that step by step off to the side because there was so much going on inside there. Remember, this was all the elements that are in B. These were all the elements that are not in C. And then I took their union. That's where I got the pink. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9. And now over here, I have all the elements in A. I'm going to write them down. And now I can put them together to find the intersection of these 2 new pink sets. So what is in the first one and in the second one? I ended up with the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 5. Whew, that one was kind of complicated. So be careful in that first little piece that you don't try to do too many things at the same time and in your head. For me, it's a lot easier, a lot safer to write down each little step so that I don't make any mistakes. All right. So in that one, they didn't give us a picture. In this one, they do give us a picture of our Venn diagram. So let's see if we can do the same thing that we did last time, but now with a picture. It might be helpful with a picture. Let's look. All right, so I have my set A, I have my set B, I have my set C, and the first one says, what are all the elements in set A? So looking at set A, what elements do you see here? I see 11, 3, 12, 5, 7, and 6. Do you? 11, 3, 6, 5, 7, and 12? Remember, it doesn't matter the order as long as you have all the same elements. For part B, what elements are in the union of A and B? Remember, union means you're going to bring all your stuff together. So I want everybody in A, I want everybody in B, I want to bring all their stuff together. I ended up with 11, 3, 6, 5, 7, 12, 1, 2, 9, and 10. I ran out of room. But make sure you have all the same numbers that I do. All right, part C says we want the intersection of B and C. I want the intersection of B and C. Where does B and C overlap? I got right here. I got the numbers 5, 7, and 9. They're in the intersection of B and C right there. All right, part D says we want the complement of C. Remember, we want all the elements that are not in C. We don't want any of these elements, so what other elements are in our picture that aren't in C? I got 11, I got 3, I got 12, I got 1, 2, 10. Ooh, and don't forget, isn't 4 part of our picture? Don't forget about him. That's a common mistake. I want all the elements that are in my universal set, that are in my picture, just not in C. So don't forget about the 4 on that outside there. All right, part E. Ooh, that one looks kind of weird. We want the intersection of A and B and C, don't we now? We want all the elements that are in A and in B and in C. So where do they all overlap? Wasn't that right there? That's the elements 5 and 7. All right, make sure that you practice that triple set operation with 3 different sets, not just 2 this time. And then we'll do our last video for this section in a second.